Hello everybody, Marcos Villegas for Fight Hub TV, standing here at the body shop with someone who's very familiar with our Fight Hub TV cameras, Mr. Anotnio Mckee, who takes on Shinya Aoki coming up at Dream 18 on New Year's in Japan this coming Monday. Tone, I know you have a very tricky opponent in Shinya Aoki, but it was an opponent you were supposed to fight last year.
Yeah, you know what? This is a long time coming. It's a dream for me to be able to fight Aoki. This is one of the guys that was on my hit list besides BJ Penn. I'm looking forward to this fight. I think it's going to be very entertaining. And, you know, the good part about this fight is, like, am I going to be boring on the ground if I just lay there and hold him and he can't submit me? Or am I going to be boring if I keep it on the feet and I just punch his face and run? I'm real curious to what the fans are going to think about this fight.
Looking at the fight as well, and looking at Aoki in the past fights he's had a lot of trouble in the stand-up with guys who could throw blows and bang with them. And we all know Aoki, his main thing is going on the ground. And you being a wrestler, you know, how's that going to work, that dynamic? You know, you're going to want to be there in the ground with them, or do you want to have it standing with them a majority of the fight?
Well, you know, when we get to the ground, I really don't fear Aoki on the ground. I don't really fear anybody on the ground. The biggest thing is me going out there, relaxing, being comfortable, and hump on his leg and hold him. I want to just hump on his leg, you know what I mean?
Just like that?
Yeah, I want to be a snuggie blanket. I want to hold him and squeeze him, doing what I do best, and for the most part, just try to keep it on the feet and do a Gilbert Melendez. You know, I thought Gilbert Melendez was really successful on the feet. I thought Eddie Alvarez was really very technical with his footwork on his feet. So I kind of put a combination between Mendez and Alvarez game plan, put it together for it to work for me, and hopefully I'm almost positive that I'll come out victorious on the new year and start my new year out right as the champ over in Dream 18.
Going into the lines then pretty much in this fight, you're going into his home base where he's had a lot of success. You know, Aoki's come over here and hasn't had that much success, but you coming in there, I know you've been to Japan cornering other fighters, but how's it going to be, do you think, being actually there and, you know, the crowd and everything going in his favor?
Well, that's a good question. You know, I've had the experience in Japan, and you know, I've seen some of the things that go on between different fighters. But you know what? I'm going to do my job. This is going to be broadcasted on national TV. Win or lose, I'm going to fight 100%. And I think the fans will get what they're looking for. And even if they don't like me, if I dominate the fight and I happen to lose a decision by the judges, hey, that's the way it goes. This is the fight game. But I'm going to definitely go out there and put 100% behind it.
Looking at Japan as well, I know that other fighters have had kind of issues weighing in, and then even the night of the fight where rules change and everything like that. More or less, I see maybe, you know, mind games on the home team's part. Is that a concern?
You know what? That's all small stuff to me. The biggest thing for me right now is to make weight. I'm 5 pounds over. I'm 5 days away. I feel great. My shape, this is probably the best shape I've been in a long time.
You always say that, though. You're always in good shape.
No, against what was that? The fight MFC when I fought Brian Cobb, I never gassed out. I gassed out in the third round, but I put a show on the first, second round. We're gonna try to do the same thing, except for the second and third round against Aoki. We're gonna fill him out the first round, kind of get his timing, and then second and third round, I'm gonna try to end it in the second round. I'm gonna go balls to the wall.
Looking at the training portion of this fight, what's different now in the camp, and who have you brought in to go ahead and help you mimic Aoki?
I got definitely a carbon copy of Aoki, which is Jay Manley from Rain. He's completely identical, but he's a little stronger. He's a little more athletic.
A little darker, too.
And a little darker. and you know what? He's just as crafty as Aoki. And yeah. Again, he just doesn't see where Aoki can win the fight. But I don't want to go in there too cocky, overconfident. I just want to go in there and fight a good, smart fight. And I'm not looking to submit him. I'm looking to punch him and constant pressure and punch him. And hopefully he gets the point. Just give up.
Has anything changed, I guess, over the course out of this whole time, training-wise? Have you changed anything up to make adjustments?
You know what? The biggest thing for me was my family. A lot of things have changed. You know, I've moved on my own. I've got my kids. I've separated from my wife. So a lot of that took a lot of stress off of me. So I'm able to really focus now on actual what I've got to do. I'm going into this fight with nothing to lose, everything to gain. Yeah. So for me, that type of freedom mentally will physically catapult me to the next level. So I'm really looking forward to it. Like I say, man, Aoki's a guy that I've been wanting to fight. He's a guy that's been on my hit list. So it's an honor to fight him, more so than anything else. And I just don't feel like, you know, he can beat me at this point in my career. But, you know, we'll see. New Year's Eve.
Why has he been on your hit list? Why is he someone that you've always wanted to fight?
He's really a technical guy, and I respect technique. I respect the guy that can go into a fight and take no damage and come out victorious. It's just watching him break people's arm. You don't see too many guys fighting and just break stuff. He's breaking stuff, and that's impressive to me. He's definitely, I've got to respect his submission game. I'm not even going to put myself in submission errors. I'm going to completely try to dominate the fight and shut down all aspects of his submission game, control his hip movement, control his wrist, and if I'm not doing that, I'm punching him.
You might pick up some Japanese fans if you go ahead and do that.
Well, yes, arigato, arimasu. I'm already working on my Japanese.
Well, Antonio, we can't wait for that fight. Coming up on Monday, New Year's Eve, over there in Japan, and he's flying back through time and coming over here, hopefully with a victory. We wish you luck against Shinya Aoki. Here with Mr. Antonio Mckee, I'm Marcos Vegas for Fight Hub TV.